Dave Birkett here, along with Jeff Seidel. Soldier Field, the Lions finished the season on a winning note. Jeff, 19-16 win over the Chicago Bears. They go 9-8, winning record. I don't know how you feel about this. You think there's any carryover to next year? You think this win matters in the big picture at all?
I think it mattered because of what they showed in this game. It was a game of character, grit. It really, all those things that sound cliche,
yeah,
were true in this game. You had guys who were playing with their beat up bodies, and they outplayed a playoff team, so that matters.
No, I think you're right. You know, the one thing the Lions seemed to lack down the stretch here was resilience. You know, we hadn't seen them lose back-to-back games in a long, long time. Today, they showed some of that. I mean, they came out nothing to play for. They played well on both sides of the ball out of the gate, and they had a chance to lose that game late. I mean, they didn't play great in that fourth quarter. They let some things get away from them both sides of the ball. Yet there they were. They got a key three and out after a Jared Goff turnover. Then they come back down, make a couple big plays, and kick a game-winning field goal. So I don't know if there's any carryover year to year, but I still think it's an important win, even if it cost them a couple spots in draft season.
And the thing that's going to irk you is they ran the ball, they stopped the run. Hello.
Right. Where is that at, right? You know, Meek Robertson said it after the game. He said it's sort of a blessing and a curse because obviously you want to go out like this, but the curse is wondering what could have been if you're the Lions.
I think the lasting thing is what it's going to show the management looking forward to next year. The core of the team is really solid. Yep. The character's there, the team's there, but all the pieces, man, it has to be right. The offensive line has to be right. The D-backs have to be right. The pass rush has to be right. There's lots of things to fix, but overall the core is there.
Lots of things to fix. Dan Campbell will address it on Monday. Brad Holmes later this week. Before we go, though, let's talk about that offensive line because Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper both got emotional in the locker room after the game. Some real talk about the decisions that they're going to have to weigh this offseason. Dan Skipper said he has some doctor's appointments coming up. He might be done. He's dealing with a lower back injury. Taylor Decker, I know I've written about it before. You know, he's contemplating retirement after 10 seasons. Both guys have been Warriors. It was real talk. It was something that tugged at the heart listening to those guys in the locker room.
Decker's eyes welled with tears. You talked about being a Warrior. This guy, he described what it's like to go through the daily battle just to get on the field, the injections, the stim all night, working to try to get his body on the field. And that's what these guys were beat up like that. They got on this field. But yet going forward, they have to figure that out, and they can't wait until July to find out what's going to happen to Decker.
Taylor said it's going to take him a couple months probably to make a decision. He wants to get away from the emotion of it all. He said he'd know what he'd do if he let the emotion take over, and that's probably retire. He didn't say that, but you could see it the way his lip quivered, just the way his voice cracked. You know, this is something he's really weighing, and this means, I mean, look, he's played for the Lions for 10 seasons. As he said, he's been playing offensive line since 2002. This is really who he is in a lot of ways, but like everyone out there understands, if you have a family, he's got young kids at home, this is more than about football for him. He said, I thought it was a great line. He said, you know, some of those old medieval, like, you know, warriors who they just want to die on the battlefield. He said that would be him if it wasn't for his family. I thought that was really telling about who he is and what this all means.
Going to be an interesting offseason.
It will be an interesting offseason. The Lions have some big decisions to make. Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, others have some big decisions to make. That'll do it for us here. The Lions finish the season 9-8. For Jeff Seidel, I'm Dave Birkett, Freak.com.